It is the 2nd of April, and fortunately, I think that Nick shaving all of his hair off was an April Fool's joke. So if you are worried about Nicholas Starro not having any hair, I hope that was a April Fool's joke. If not, you are rocking the bald look, and I take back all previous comments. That being said, thank you, Wolfram, for doing your Modly Mod duties. Good morning, Christine. I hope you're having a great morning. Tammy C.A., Greedy Bloke, Colorado Mountain Girl, and Tammy Bogard. Good morning. There is just, look, y'all, I think we are preparing for final form Jesus because, y'all, I have no idea, no earthly idea what is going on, but the news is, well, FUBAR today. Good morning, Kathy Michelle and Kathy Stewart. And just to remind you, if you are not a fan of YouTube, I am on that other channel that starts with an R and ends with an umble. So, if you want to go over there, that is totally okay. I do have Mornings with Mo up there, and I will have the Petty Express up there after I get Mornings with Mo down. Because apparently you can't set up more than one live stream. You know, our site, let's work on that. Let's try to get some things going. So rest in peace, Val Kilmer, the man that I will always and forever associate with True Geniuses, the best movie of the 80s. So thank you so much, Tammy. I have been just I use those heatless curler things that you wear at night, and maybe I didn't do them wrong because they were uncomfortable as all get out. I would rather do a wet set, regular foam curlers, than those big bulky things. So I think I might go back to my wet sets, to be honest. But thank you so much. So back to news. We have Val Kilmer, star of Batman Forever, Top Gun, passed away at 65. It is a strange sort of thing when all of these actors that you remember as a child that were kind of, just a constant are passing away. Good morning, Jedi Jess. Now, I know that he had been struggling with esophageal cancer for a while, and he honestly didn't look all that healthy. So I hope he is at peace and, not suffering anymore because cancer is an ass and it's not nice. Val Kilmer, the Hollywood star who starred in Top Gun and Batman Forever, passed away Tuesday in Los Angeles, according to the New York Times. He was 65. Kilmer succumbed to pneumonia, his daughter Mercedes told the outlet. He was diagnosed with throat cancer, which required 2 tracheotomies in 2015 and later recovered. The Los Angeles native made his film debut as rock star Nick Rivers in the 1984 movie Top Secret, which was written and directed by the comedy team that created Airplane. It wasn't until 2 years later that Kilmer was launched into superstardom in his role as Lieutenant Tom Iceman Kansky. Look, I just remember him as Iceman. I don't remember his last name. Although he is taller than Tom Cruise, so. The highest grossing movie of 1986. Yes, thank God I wasn't born in 1986 and a boy because I think my name would have been Maverick. So, thank you, God, for making me a woman. Now, Kilmer played the role of rival of Tom Cruise, Pete Maverick Mitchell. Now, ironically, Kilmer had to be talked into doing the movie. Quote, I didn't want the part. I didn't care about the film. The story didn't interest me, Kilmer wrote in his 2020 memoir, I'm Your Huckleberry. My agent, who also represented Tom Cruise, basically tortured me into at least meeting Tony Scott. He was praised for his role as Jim Morrison in the 1991 biopic The Doors about the music icon in which he performed his own singing. There were challenges, particularly when he started to lose it, which was a whiskey deterioration in the throat, he said in the 1991 interview with Bobby Wygant. He also starred in 90s hits True Romance and Heat, famously replacing Michael Keaton as the Gotham-caped crusader in Batman Forever. I mean, he got to kiss Kim Basinger. I'm just saying. Or was it Nicole Kidman? I don't know, but a hot chick. I was buzzed about being Batman, but for hardly artistic reasons, Kilmer wrote in his memoir. With two franchises going, Batman and the Saint, I could start an artist community, write poetry and plays, and become the wild auteur that I saw as my destiny. Now, Kilmer would become unhappy about wearing the heavy suit, but would later joke about the 1995 movie, saying, I mean, it's so bad, it's almost good. And thank you, Dwayne Rapp. Yes, I do appreciate that I am a female. And hopefully my tags will be in by the end of the day, so I do not have to write on a notepad. And I can put you guys in the swear jar. My children have struck again. Ah, no, there is a pen. There is a pen. And thank you for the $5 super chat. Everything you guys give goes to support the channel. I am currently getting ready to buy the family court documents from Sarah Boone, our golden girl. So anything you donate, only your, Cheeto money, not your actual ramen noodle like food money. As Megan Fox always says, your breadstick money, not your ramen money. So everything you do, up to and including, of course, liking and sharing with your friends, helps support the channel so that I can bring shenanigans and the good news of Mo-ness to more people. I don't know. That being said, I thought Prince was a Jehovah's Witness or a Seventh-day Adventist who didn't quite, believe in Western medicine, but I don't know a whole lot about Prince. I probably know more about Queen. That being said. He also starred with Marlon Brando on the abomination of a film called Island of Dr. Moreau. Now, if you are a movie buff or not, Critical Drinker has a hilarious breakdown of all of the redonkulousness that happened on the set of The Island of Dr. Moreau. Now, Val Kilmer was notoriously a big old asshat in Hollywood, and Marlon Brando was notoriously a big old asshat. So, two asshats on a set, it's just crazy. Drinker breaks it down. It went full on Walmart rapture, you guys. Now, Kilmer, who replaced Bruce Willis, reportedly feuded with Brando and director John Frankenheimer on set. Quote, John Frankenheimer went to blame me publicly for ruining the movie, Kilmer wrote in his memoir. I always thought it was an odd thing to try to do, to blame me for his failure to make an entertaining film, because my character dies halfway through, and the last half of the film sucks as bad as the first. Though he had a reputation for being difficult, Mira Sorvino, his co-star in the 1999 romance At First Sight, said that he was easy to work with. Quote, I just hate furthering rumors about people being difficult because it can do so much enormous damage to their careers, she told the AV Club in 2011. My experience with him was nothing but positive. He was really professional and gentlemanly, a terrific actor. I mean, who doesn't forget Nipple Batman? Nipple Batman was my favorite Batman. For his work in the 2005 crime drama Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Kilmer won a Satellite Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor. In 2015, Kilmer was diagnosed with throat cancer, which would take away his ability to speak due to chemotherapy and radiation therapy. He appeared in 12 projects after his diagnosis. Now, Kilmer reprised his role as Iceman in the 2022 blockbuster Top Gun Maverick, sharing a scene with his on-scene rival, then turned confidant in his final movie role. I've known Val for decades, and for him to come back and play that character, he's such a powerful actor that he instantly became the character again. You are looking at Iceman, Cruise said on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I was crying. I got emotional. Does Jimmy Kimmel and Tom Cruise do anything but cry? I mean, honest to God, I have never seen more weeping from men than on the Jimmy Kimmel show. And Jimmy Kimmel, just from the rest of America, you started out with What's in My Pants and Girls on Trampolines. Get off your moral high horse. It's more like a mini horse, and we're tired of listening to you. Could you try being funny? I have heard tell that you're actually a comedian. Could you pretend being funny at any point? Now, Kilmer is survived by his daughter Mercedes and his son Jack. So, you know, goodbye, Val Kilmer. Goodbye, Nipple Batman. We salute you. Now, Kurt Russell wanted to weigh in on the fact that Val Kilmer gave him a dark gift after filming Tombstone in a resurfaced video. I figured we could do, because Tombstone is one of those movies that if you haven't watched it, you are not in a club. It's like, because you won't get like, I'm your Huckleberry or, dying of tuberculosis. I mean, all the things. Also, Kurt Russell. I mean, Kurt Russell again. I'm just saying, if you watch Kurt Russell, that is the plot. I'm just throwing it down there. That being said, actor Kurt Russell revealed that Val Kilmer bought him an acre of land that as they exchanged gifts after wrapping up the film on their iconic Western Tombstone. Now, Russell, who played American lawman and folk hero Wyatt Earp, alongside Kilmer's acclaimed portrayal of the dentist turned gunslinger Doc Holliday in the 1993 classic, said he wanted to get something for his co-star to show his appreciation. Now, when you're working with people, you get them, and sometimes at the end of the show, you make them trade gifts, Russell said to GQ early last year, adding that gift giving between co stars was a mandatory gesture. Now, he gifted Kilmer a burial plot in Boot Hill Graveyard, a historic cemetery in Tombstone, Arizona, where some of the most famous figures of the Old West rest. However, unbeknownst to Russell, Kilmer had also gotten him a gift. What Val had gotten me was an acre of land overlooking Boot Hill, the actor said. Now, Russell, 74, commented on the symbolic jest of both of their gifts. Doc Holliday was all about death, but Wyatt's all about life, he said, so I guess that pretty much says it all. The Escape from New York star was straightforward when asked what it was like to have Kilmer as a co-star. If you're asking me if it was great working with Val Kilmer, the answer is absolutely, Russell said. And good morning, Emma Rumpier. If I said that even halfway correct, I am giving myself a gold star today. Look, it is supposed to rain for the next 5 days, and I RSVP no, but apparently my vote doesn't count and we're getting rain. I mean, y'all, I'm going on a rant. We are going on a rant. Tangent mode is engaged because I have a confession to make. Now, in my defense, I was entrapmented. So poor Mr. Moe, and most of my stories start out with poor Mr. Moe. But last night we are getting to the point he has put up all the sound barrier, the insulation, and the drywall. And he was sending me stuff like ideas for, decorating and that stuff because I'm kind of overwhelmed. Now, y'all, I want to paint a verbal picture for you because, I'm, oh, no worries. Okay, so I'm going to paint a verbal picture for you. Now, this house is say the art 1971, okay? We had paneling from here to yonder. And as much as I like to lie and, say that I could call it vertical shiplap, it was mother effing paneling. And they had painted over it as you do with classy joints. You paint over the paneling instead of putting up drywall. Now, that being said, Mr. Moe had spent a week pulling out paneling in my room, okay? Now, this man decides to send me decorations where this woman, I kid you not, I had a visceral reaction and I will explain myself. This man sent me a decoration thing with paneling up to about the chair rail level, and then she did wainscoting, and I was like, who are you a new hire? You spent 3 weeks pulling out paneling and you are sending me something with paneling. Are you high off your ass? Now, apparently a simple I don't like it would have been sufficient, but I was confused as to why this man who had done all this manual labor to get paneling out, and I have I have, expressed my deep and unabiding hatred for paneling. And this man sends me decorations with fucking paneling in it. And I'm like, I am confusated. I thought you spent 3 weeks pulling out paneling. Now, apparently, my current, construction criticism, drama, and trauma was not appreciated. But I contend that I was entrapped because this man knows how much I viscerally hate paneling. And he didn't have that one little brain cell that's like, hey, you know what? She absolutely mother effing hates paneling. Maybe I shouldn't send her this idea. I might could like it. I might could love it, but this is going to piss her off. Now, this man has been married to me for 13 years, so I don't understand. You are fine, no worries. I do have to write them down. I am hoping that or that my tickets come in. Thank you for the $8 Obscure Destinations Outdoor. But I did apologize because apparently I hurt his feelings. Now, that being said, he hurt my feelings because he showed me paneling, and I have a trigger warning on paneling, so I really think that both of us were in the wrong. Now, that being said, he said I could have simply just said I did not like it. And I was like, sir, are you a new hire? Have I ever been silent about things I don't like, up to and including paneling, mostly paneling? That being said, I do feel a little bit bad. I did apologize, sort of. I was like, I am sorry that you, for some reason, showed me paneling and I had a visceral reaction. I'm going to get a real big margarita for dinner tonight for our date night. I mean, that's all I can give the man. I done tried, but he sent me paneling, so I say it was entrapment. Now, that being said, I need you all, if you have earbuds, to gird your ear loins because we have not one, not two, but three attendants for Lord Chippy and another couple coming up. Now, ladies, this is a lady-heavy sort of Lord Chippy attendance thing. I don't know, but we need to stop screwing up, ladies. So, without further ado, Lord Chippy attendants, please get to your stations. Okay, and let's go, Brandon. You make a beautiful point. I do have color suggestions and ideas. My problem is, and here's the thing. See, I have a council of mows, and most of the mows are logical. We have logic mow, we have project orientation mow, we have fiddle faddle mo. We have all of the mo's. We have funny mo. We have, mo that is totally fucking off and not doing any adult responsibilities. That mo tends to win a lot, but there's always HR mo that's in charge that's like stuff needs to get done, laundry. And fuck off mo is just not listening most of the time. That being said, I have given options and ideas, but I struggle with having all the ideas. So I have given him many ideas. He just doesn't like my ideas. I don't like his ideas. I wonder why we're married sometimes. It really is confusing. That being said, this chick right here. Actually, this is not the story I want. This chick right here. Now, brace yourself for the photographic evidence of these Darwinian challenged genetic detours from evolution. Don't say I didn't warn you. Ohio polygamist allegedly ordered her husband and 4 lovers. Now, in case you're confused, this is the lady. Again, in case you are confused, this is the woman. To torture a man for a week in a sick revenge plot. An Ohio polygamist, her husband, and her 4 lovers were thrown behind bars after they allegedly kidnapped and tortured a 26-year-old man, held him captive in a hotel for a week, in a sick revenge scheme hatched by the group's twisted matriarch. Again, to point out, this is a woman. These are her harem. And they all look loosely related. Did they grow up near 3 Mile Island asking for a friend? Yeah, JKD Buck. But and there is no way to segue from that. Debbie Webb got a call from the hospital at midnight. They put mom in an induced coma because of her breathing. I am so sorry. This is such a hard thing to walk through, having walked through it recently. And I hope that you get comfort. I hope that she has a great team and that your family and friends can give you support and ask for support, ask for help. You know, we are here. I will keep you in my thoughts and prayers. And if you do thoughts and prayers, then, maybe add Debbie and her mom into your fold and just, make sure we're doing okay. Love Killdoze Nerd. Love it, love it. All right. So, holy shit, she's 28. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to curse. I know some of y'all put this on when you're like taking your little guys to school, but holy fazolies, that woman is 28. Her husband, Michael Esqueda, 28. Her boyfriends, Aaron Bradshaw, 49. Austin Bradshaw, 28. David Cessna, 26. And Chance Johnston, 27. Chance, you shouldn't have taken a chance. So this is husband, and these, dopey, starey, emaciated Jesus and secret Asian man, were all the boyfriends. So there you go. Yes, this is the woman, just to remind anyone. She is also 28 years old. Now, I don't mean to cast aspersions, because I suck at girl half the time. I am faking it until I make it with this. But are we sure there isn't another branch off of humanity and evolution? I'm just asking for a friend. Now, these deranged polycule decided to, they reportedly share multiple children. Jesus, no, they bred. Holy God. And this is in Ohio. Yes, Ohio. So they bred, they procreated. I weep for humanity. Now, the deranged lovers who share multiple children reportedly brutally beat the victim with a metal baseball bat, forced him to stand for extended periods of time, and only allowed him to eat and drink once a day over a 7-day period. Well, she missed no meals. Now, the victim, who was also viciously punched and kicked, only slept for a total of 10 hours while he was held against his will, charging documents allege. He was being essentially tortured, assaulted over a time frame of a week. Maumee Sheriff of Police Josh Sproul told the outlet. Now, his injuries were a result of being struck with a baseball bat, fist, elbows, stomping on him while he was on the ground, which over time resulted in multiple fractured bones. Now, Sparrow added that Jones ordered her deviant and disgusting bows. Okay, I have a bitch to do. Look at the volume of his hair. Look how shiny it is. How the hell do men get this? This is some damn volume from the 70s. And he probably didn't even use White Rain or Aquanet. I am fucking pissed. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm flipping flapjack pissed. Now, that being said, again, to orient you, this is the girl, just in case you were confused. Now, the victim told police that a dogfight had erupted at the crazed woman's home that resulted in her breaking her arm as the pair tried to stop the brawl. Now, Jones, however, lied and told her unkinged harem that the man basically crippled her. Now, so this is all, they got into a dogfight. Look, y'all, I'm not going to go stereotype, but I think there might be pit bulls involved in this. Possibly meth, too, let's be honest. That being said, kids, don't do drugs. Don't do a polycule, and just know, if you don't hear it from somewhere or anywhere else, Mama Mo says no. Just don't do drugs. And this is not a polycule you want to see. And welcome Chair Bear, Bond, James, Kathy Stewart, JKD Buck, Jem, star Z, and everyone else. So he was eventually rescued on March 21st when his captors let him venture to a Speedway convenience store where he was able to speak with someone who then called his mother, according to the police. Now, when she was contacted by a literal stranger, she knew something was up, Sparrow said, adding that the victim's mother raced to the hotel room and freed her son, whose body was littered with injuries, according to the outlet. Quote, it is a clearly strange situation when you have multiple adult men involved in a relationship with a female. Facts not in evidence. And then this whole felonious assault, kidnapping is taking place. It's definitely not something that is normal or that usually happens in our city. Now, the 6 suspects were each indicted Thursday for kidnapping, 3 counts of felonious assault, and 2 counts of tampering with evidence, according to Fox 8. Now, they're each being held on a $200,000 bond. Oh no, she's the mother of multiple children with these guys. I don't know. Look, I can't math it. There is no math. There is no amount of booze that you could beer goggle this. Like, you would be dead before the beer goggles kicked in, allegedly in Minecraft. Now there's another one for Lord Chippy. Again, extra slow. Y'all attendants know what you're doing, so you do it. But if I see one more flippin' flapjack daggone teacher, female teacher, who wants to assault a young boy, I am going to lose my mind. Look, teaching colleges, I am throwing this out there to you. If you want to protect your baby teachers, hire me. Because what I will do is explain to these teachers exactly why you do not want a honey badger fucking crazy mother coming up to you and losing her shit because you done touched their kid. You don't want this face at your door banging loud at 3 a.m. in the morning, okay? Because you mess with someone's kids. Mama bears, papa bears, there will not be a place safe for you. Allegedly in Minecraft, I am throwing that out there because I can tell you from this mama's heart that anything happens to my kids, there's going to be bail money involved. Allegedly in Minecraft, of course, I do not espouse violence. I think we should all be kind to each other. Keep away from my children. And everyone else's. You have been warned. Moment married Illinois special ed teacher accused of raping a student, 15 years old, breaks down after learning charges. Quote, I'm gonna throw up. Well, ma'am, you make me want to throw up too. But I've given up bulimia for Lent, so what are we gonna do? I guess I'll just let you throw up. The married Illinois special education teacher accused of assaulting one of her teen students. So not only was he a teen, but he was special needs. There is a special place in hell for you, you pervert. You absolute disgusting human being, that you would take advantage of not only a child, but a child who is incredibly even more vulnerable. You are a demon. Now, Christina Formelia, 30, gasped for air and cried as she was placed into the back of a Downers Grove police car on March 16th, according to arrest footage published by YouTube channel Ape Huncho. My God, what the F? She repeated, sobbing into her cuffed hands with her knees pulled up to her chest. I will be doing a dramatical reading. I feel like I'm gonna throw up, she said, and officers rushed her off to find her a bag and towels in case she was sick. Now, Formelia, a special education teacher at Downers Grove South High School, had just been detained over allegations that she had raped a 15-year-old student. And thank you so much, Jedi Jess. And yes, I concur. The fuck is wrong with her? Again, any breadstick money, not ramen noodle money, not steak money, not your egg money, but any ramen noodle money that you guys do donate does go directly to the channel. I will be getting the Sarah Boone family stuff because our golden girl is back, y'all. And I need to cover my cracks in gold. Anywho, Lifetime channel, I'm willing to do the Sarah Boone story. I'll need wigs. I'll need a private A private room. It doesn't have to be a hotel suite, but I'm just saying. Call me. I better it better not be. I will lose my flippin' flapjack shit. And Chair Bear, we have nasty weather here. I have unfortunately and well, disappointingly looked at the weather forecast, and we are going to have rainy weather for the entire week, and I may just lose my mind. Now, she was detained over allegations the student that she abused, she was also a tutor and coach for. Now, the two allegedly exchanged text professing their love for one another and talked about explicit smecks that they had had in a campus classroom. Quote, I love you so much, baby. Even though this morning was short, it was like perfect. Formalia, who was 28 at the time, allegedly texted the boy. Their texts were discovered days before her arrest as the boy's mother was setting up a new phone for him, prompting him to confess about the alleged relationship that he said had ended and reported it to the police. Now, Formalia was pulled over by police in her Chicago suburb as she was driving with her husband and appeared confused when she was asked to stop and get out of the car. You can just grab whatever you need, a police officer said after confirming her identity. Whatever I need, she asked while her husband asked, is she going somewhere? And thank you so much again, Dwayne Rapp. Here you go for an adult Happy Meal. I do need one. They should come with wine. I mean, Arbor Mist, just a little thing of Arbor Mist with an adult Happy Meal. I mean, you'd have to preface that you can't drink and drive, but I'm here for it. McDonald's, talk to me. You have the Angel Reese meal. I bet the adult Happy Meal would actually engender more sales. I could be wrong, but booze and adult Happy Meal. Thank you so much, Dwayne Rapp. Whatever I need. And her husband was like, is she going somewhere? The officer responded, yeah, we're going to explain everything to you, telling Formelia that she was the subject of an investigation and needed to be taken into the station in handcuffs. Oh, cry for me, Argentina. The truth is you are a pedo. No one cares. Cry your tears and fuck you. It's called Evita, but I'm changing the lyrics. It's a work in progress. I'm like so scared, a clearly shocked Formelia said, as she was cuffed and put into the back of a cruise car. Now, is my husband coming with me? She said as they drove off. Am I in trouble? Because I am so lost right now, she added, while officers told her that they could only say that she was being detained for an investigation and she would learn more at the station. Now, during her interview with the police, Formelia claimed that she was being blackmailed by her accuser and insisted that she was being targeted because she was good looking. Like, I am so hot. I'm too sexy for abuse, too sexy to be caught, too sexy for arraignment. I'm too sexy for affidavit, too sexy for arrest, too sexy for this. Ma'am, shut the hell up and get the hell out of here. You look like a swamp donkey unless you have, 900 pounds of makeup. Get the hell out of here. She claimed that one day the boy had grabbed her phone unattended and entered her passcode and sent the message to his phone and then deleted the message from her phone and saved it to his phone for blackmail.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Sure. Right. Now, Formelia said, everyone comes after me because, like, I am good looking and I'm a good person too. So I'm like a double threat because, like, my soul is golden and my face is golden. Vogue. Who the hell do you think you are, you swamp donkey? And how did he know your passcode, Miss? How? How there? Now, now, sweetheart, come here and look at Miss Mama Mo. Come here, sweetheart. Come here. Closer to my bosom. Come into the bosom of Mama Mo. I'm going to spread some wisdom on you, sweetheart. Now, first of all, you're not that cute, ma'am. Get over yourself. You need 900 pounds of makeup to look cute. Ain't no one's coming after you. I'm going to tell you the truth, sweetheart, sweetheart. Listen, as a grown ass woman, I'm going to tell you what I care about. I don't care about if another person looks cuter than me. I don't care about all of that. What I care about is that I'm a good person. I teach my kids right. And on some days, I look presentable as a human being. I could care less what you look like. You keep your hands off that boy. And I know this is going to hurt you because logic seems to. But how the hell did, child know your personal passcode? It's called logic plot hole. Sweetie, next time, think before you crime. But I think it's a Gen Pop justice kind of day. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I'm still getting arrested today. Do 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 do. I mean, just no, not happening. Now she was charged with 2 counts of aggravated criminal SA and was released on the condition that she not enter the school grounds or have any contact with anyone under the age of 18. Now she was also formally placed on paid leave from her job. Wedding photos on social media show that she and her husband, who was a student athlete with her at Concordia University, were married as recently as this past August. Now, she has been teaching at Downers Grove High since 2020 and earned her teaching license in 2017. Thank you so much. And our last one on women who need Lord Chippy. It is a woman heavy crime day. I don't know if the moon is in retrograde. I'm not sure. Now, a woman spikes her family member's lemonade with tea with rat poison and antifreeze. You know, y'all, I make fun. I have been joking here lately that we had all these Visine murders, and, why wouldn't people use the tried and true rat poison and antifreeze? But on a serious note, do not use antifreeze or rat poison. This is not 9 to 5. You are not Lily Tomlin. And how the hell does Dolly Parton look older in that movie than she does today? That being said, let's get into this woman's story. I'm seeing the future of the 28 polyamory woman, and it ain't pretty. A Missouri woman allegedly poisoned a family member by spiking his lemonade and tea, his Arnold Palmer, if you will, with rat poison and antifreeze, causing him to become quite ill. Barbara Clickenbeard, 61, was charged with 2 counts each of first-degree domestic assault and armed criminal action. Now, according to a probable cause arrest affidavit from Morgan County Sheriff's Office, the victim overheard Clickenbeard admit to poisoning him during a phone call on Friday. The victim then called the cops. Now, detectives allege that Clickenbeard poisoned the victim in December and January. Well, I mean, she tried to do it before Lent because Fat Tuesday was coming. Jesus, what? Y'all, no, this is not good, y'all. This is not good. This is how we get final form Jesus, and the rapture cannot be upon us because I'm not sticking here with Nicolas Cage. Now, on the first occasion, she allegedly found some rat poison in a bus on her property and mixed it with a glass of lemonade. Now, the second time, she found some antifreeze on her property and placed it in the tea. Now, the affidavit said that both times the victim became sick. Now, deputies went to the home in Versailles, located about 70 miles southwest of Columbia, and arrested the suspect. Now, while en route to the jail, Clickenbeard reportedly started singing about how Jesus was going to save her. Oh my gosh. Washed in the blood. Yes, I am washed in the blood, 'cause Jesus saved me. I am not murdering. Yep. Washed in the blood means that my sins don't count. So I didn't murder. It was unintentional. I mean, seriously, what is going on here? She's out singing hymns, onward Christian soldiers, as she's, going to jail. Now, Clickenbeard allegedly admitted to poisoning the family member amid arguments with him. Asked if she knew what amount of poison was used in both incidences and if that could kill him, Clickenbeard answered in the affirmative. Her defense lawyer is like, so, and how did the interrogation go? Okay, I'm looking here. You said you knew it would kill him. And you said you did it and you knew it could kill him. Well, this is case closed. Her defense attorney's like, right. Now, the defendant faces between 10 and 30 years in prison if convicted. She remains in the Morgan County Jail without bond, and her next court date is slated for April 8th. Now, in better news to give us hope for humanity, a 3-year-old discovered a 3,800-year-old treasure on an outing in Israel. Now, this is more about the outing, not the shenanigans that are happening in Israel. A toddler unearthed an ancient treasure during a family outing in southern Israel earlier this month, officials said. While visiting the archaeological site of Tel Egsaha, some 50 miles east of Tel Aviv, 3-year-old Niv Nitzan found a scarab amulet believed to belong to the Canaanite communities dating back as far as 3,800 years, according to the Israel Antiquities Authority, a national conservation agency. Now, a site with biblical significance, Tel Egsa, look, I'm a bad Christian, I don't even know how to pronunciate it, is a hill created from debris of settlements built on top of each other over time. The discovery happened early in March. The child's sister, Omer Nizan, told the Antiquities authorities. We were walking along the path and then Ziv bent down, and out of all the stones around her, she picked up this particular stone, Omer said. When she rubbed it and removed the sand from it, we saw something was different about it. The family then brought the find to the attention of the Antiquities authorities. Dafina Bentor, a curator for Egyptian archaeology at the Israel Museum in Jerusalem, whose expertise involves ancient amulets and seals, determined that the small treasure originated in the Middle Bronze Age, a period spanning from about 2100 to 1600 BCE, so before Christ. Now, the era saw the rise of the flourishing Canaanite culture. So there you go. Interesting stuff. And see, whenever your kids find something and they bring you in a rock, it could be like an ancient thing. So look at all those rocks. And you know what? As a mom with some vintage on her, as a mom of experience, I can tell you guys, enjoy the small moments. If your kiddos bring you a dandelion and say it's a flower for you, just enjoy it. Enjoy, press that dandelion. It's silly, if they make something, if they make a paper, mache or a macaroni picture, fawn all over it. These are moments that you're never going to get back and you will miss them. So now you won't miss when they're toddlers and, they're all screaming at the Walmart. You won't miss that. Them ladies that come up to you as they're screaming and they're like, you're gonna miss this. And I always said, I would love to miss it right now. Can I try to miss it now? I'm gonna let you watch the children for 10 minutes and I'm gonna see if I start to miss it. Thanks. Well, it is just a morning for women doing all about, craziness. Now, this is a continuation of the, crazy wig woman. It spoke to my heart when she said wig. Now, notorious New York City Road, where wacky wig maker Miriam Yamiri, allegedly unalived a mom and 2 children, has a dangerous history. All the time I see people speeding. Ocean Parkway has been a dangerous drag where speeding motorists show little regard for pedestrian. Even before wacky wig maker Miriam Yamiri allegedly mowed down 3 people this weekend, locals told the Post. Now, the Brooklyn traffic artery is one of the most dangerous roads in the borough, with 20 deaths since 2014, and activists have long pushed for it to lower its speed limit and take other safety precautions. Now, a neighborhood mom, Sophia Cavan, 36, frequently walks with her son near Ocean Parkway's intersection with Quinton Road, where Yamiri allegedly plowed into another woman and her two young children. We just happened to be at a different place on Saturday, and we learned about the accident. We were horrified. It hit really close. I cross there all the time with my baby. The drivers go faster than the 25-mile posted speed limit, Cavan said. They run the red light, they make illegal turns. There are no cameras on this corner. Now, the crash unfolded when Yarim, look, I am probably mixing up her name, but she done mode. She Daryl Brooks to people. I'm not gonna work on figuring out Yiddish. Okay, just not gonna do it. Now, that being said, any other way, I would love to learn Yiddish. I'm just not doing it for her. Now, her luxury sedan careened into a group of pedestrians, including a mother, Natasha Sada, and her three children, Diana, Deborah, and Philip. Now, all were unalived except for Philip, who still remains in critical condition. If you are a praying person, pray for that little boy. It does seem like this is affecting the Orthodox community. No, I haven't bought my Legos. I am actually going to invest my fun money this week in the Sarah Boone files for family stuff. I figure with the Karen Reed trial coming, we're going to need our golden girl back. I will be buying a new Sarah Boone wig because I have all of my wigs boxed up. That being said, I would love to buy Legos, but Mr. Mo has told me if I buy one more craft kit before the room is done, I don't know. He never finishes that sentence, but it sounds like he's irritated when he says it. So, unlike Youngest Most Feral, I'm not going to poke on his very last nerve, at least today. That being said, tomorrow is a new day and I might buy Legos. Now, the wig maker is very big in the Hasidic community. She is probably quite wealthy. And again, she has a brand new Audi. So that is not in, denial or conjecture. However, in the Hasidic, in the Orthodox community, both Hasidic, Sephardic, and I think there's one other section, but I can't remember. When a woman gets married, she is no longer allowed to show her real hair outside of showing her husband. Now, most women will use a scarf or covering of their head. They have, a lot of options. But women also choose to wear wigs. Now, again, if this is a wig that you have to wear daily, you will invest in a high quality one that's made from human hair. Those wigs can go from anywhere between $600 to $1,000. So these are not cheap. That being said, just wanted to give you wig talk. No worries. And Kay, I do have a P.O. box. I need to check. I think there are some shenanigans going, so I will have to go there this afternoon, and then we will, it's on there, but I need to make sure there's not shenanigans going on. My post office is a little. Now, what are you gonna do? Baba Yaga, the blind prophetess, says that we are pretty much boned. That being said, I don't really put much stock in this, unless she's like predicted, Yahoo becoming a thing or Ask Jeeves dying. I don't know how particularly great she is, but I'm sorry, it's not Baba Yaga, it's Baba Vanga. How dare I? The apocalyptic predictions have people quaking. Baba Vanga, known as the Vengelia Prevendia Gostrova, was a blind Bulgarian psychic widely known for her alleged powers of precognition. Will she tell me when I get like a bitchy mood? Could she could she tell me when I get a flare? Like just a post-it note, like, bitch, you're going to be out today. That being said. It's only April, which means a lot can still happen in 2025. Will Canton actually give justice? Will they be impartial? It could happen. Unfortunately for us, it seems that Venga has predicted that we are boned, basically. So, welcome those of us who dance at the end of the world. We're gonna party like it's 1999. Or, yeah, pretty much. Before Y2K, where we danced in the face of danger. According to the Daily Mail, although she passed away in 1996, the mystical healer predicted major world events that came true, including 9/11, Princess Diana's death, and the rise of China. 2025 was not excluded from the blind mystic's frightening predictions. She forecasted that 2025 would bring shattering earthquakes, despite there being no official recording of her vague premonitions and their veracity. Other 2025 Venga predictions include war breaking out in Europe and a worldwide economic disaster. So start hoarding things. I'd start with toilet paper. I don't know. She was blind. She probably had people telling her stuff all the time. Now, out of all her predictions, oh, I'm sorry. And she also claimed that the downfall of humanity would begin in 2025. Yay! I'm here for the start of something. We're gonna. Okay, I mean, the future looks bright, so I've got to wear shades. Ironically, that story was about a nuclear bomb blast and people wearing shades because they were irradiated. But I love me a good 80s pop song that, talks about nuclear holocaust. On March 28th, a 7.7 magnitude earthquake hit Myanmar, a country in Asia. So you mean a country along the Pacific Rim, along the Rim of Fire, had an earthquake? My shock. Across the border in so many people died in this Myanmar earthquake. That being said, it is on the Ring of Fire and, does have frequent volcanic and geological movements. Now her frightening timeline for the end of humanity. Preparation is, perspiration. 2025, a conflict in Europe will devastate the continent's population, as long as it takes Look, again, I have a question for all of us. Are we really wanting Germany to again march into Poland and Russia? I'm just checking to make sure that this is where we're going with this, because last time I checked, let me look at the recipients here. Receipts. Germany in power ended up bad. Germany going into Russia also ended up bad. Why are we on a three-peat, y'all? A three-peat. Just no. I'm done with this. Now we continue. In 2018, humanity will begin to explore Venus as an energy source. In 2033, the polar ice caps will melt and the Coca-Cola polar bears will have to go live with Al Gore. In 2076, communism will spread to countries across the world. Well, there's your death. In 2130, humans will make alien contact. They're already here. Hillary Clinton, duh. 2170, a drought will devastate much of the world. Tatooine, Greta Thunberg was correct. 3005, Earth will go to war with a civilization on Mars. Mars attacks. Fuck yeah. We have the cure for that. I have the song We Will Get Yodeling. Now, let's see. 3797, humans will vacate the Earth because it's become uninhabitable, and in 1579, the world will end. Well, there you are. Practice. I guess, buy all the Sailor Moon things now. This is not financial advice. This is Mo advice, which means you should not follow it. No one should. In, I guess, sad but happy news, because at least he was free and I did want to give his story some time. So it's not exactly a happy story, but he did, pass away free. Paul House, who spent 2 decades on Tennessee's death row before he was freed, has passed away. Paul Greg House, who spent 2 decades on Tennessee's death row before he was finally freed and later campaigned against the death penalty, passed away on March 22nd at the age of 63. according to his longtime attorneys. Quote, Mr. House's innocence was indefatigably championed by his attorneys and by his mother, Joyce House, in a statement from the Federal Defender's Service of Eastern Tennessee reads. Although Mr. House spent far too many years wrongly convicted and facing execution, he was able to spend 17 years after his release with Joyce and his other family. He died peacefully with the knowledge that his innocence has been recognized. House died from complications of pneumonia after living for many years with multiple sclerosis. Now, House was convicted in 1986 and sentenced to death in killing of a neighbor, Carolyn Muncie, in rural Union County in Tennessee. Now, House maintained his innocence throughout the years with appeals. At one point in 2004, the U.S. 6th District Court of Appeals declined to overturn a state ruling that denied House a new trial. One of the dissenting judges, Judge Ronald Lee Gilman, was so concerned that he wrote, quote, I am convinced we are facing a real murder mystery here, an authentic whodunit where the wrong man may be executed, end quote. The case went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, where in 2006 the majority concluded that House would not have been convicted based on DNA evidence that had emerged years after his trial. However, House remained in prison as prosecutors said they intended to retry him. Now, he was eventually released in 2008 when an anonymous donor posted his $100,000 bond. On the day he left prison, he told reporters, quote, I feel pretty good. All I'm looking forward to doing is going home, eating some chili verde and some pizza. I'm glad to be out. It's been a long time. Now, Joyce House told reporters at the time that they were, quote, floating around here on cloud nine. It's been a long time coming. Stacey Rector, director for Tennesseans for Alternatives to the Death Penalty, worked with Joyce House for years trying to get Paul House released. Later, she continued working with Paul House to publicize his story. He joined Witnesses to Innocence, a death penalty abolition group led by people who have been freed from death row and their families. Quote, he was pretty honest about how he felt about the way he'd been treated by the system, Rector said Monday. It was sometimes on the salty side. After his release, House was very content to live with his mother even though he had lost the ability to walk. He was so relieved to be out of that situation and care for her, Rector said. He loved his mom's cooking. Well, sir, Godspeed, and I hope the deepest of comforts to your family, and that you are free, able to walk, free of pain, free of all the discomfort from multiple sclerosis, and just having a great time up in heaven. And if you happen to see my mother-in-law, tell her to stop petting all the puppies. Steve wants to go sit down, okay? Let that man sit on a bench, all right? It's heaven. That being said, I hope you're great. Now, in our final story, Maury is the daddy, the sexy daddy. Maury Povich, 86, and his wife Connie Chung hint that they get it on every Sunday when he's feeling his sexiest. Well, at least they'll know who the father is. He has access to tests. Sunday Fun Day has a different meaning to Maury Povich. Skyrockets in flight, afternoon delight. I just see them clogging. Although, honestly, I don't, like, good for y'all. I'm glad that you're doing the smexy and everything. Look, damn it, I have an abounding and big, gracious imagination, and the mental picture you just put in here, until I get my emotional support bad touch doll, this is where that image hurt me, right in the, I think, prefrontal cortex. So right there in the brain is where that hurt me. If you, too, would like to join the class action lawsuit of having to think of Maury Povich naked, please join me in suing the New York Post. It's a class action. The former talk show host, 86, seemingly revealed that he and his wife, Connie Chung, 78, get a little frisky at the end of every week. Now, Povich and Chung, who have been married since 1984, appeared to spill intimate details of their Smex life on the first episode of his podcast, On Par with Maury Povich, which dropped on Monday, March 31st. No, thank you. Like, I don't care. Like, this is like when your parents brought home a sibling and in your mind you had to pretend that they were adopted because you had just learned about the birds and bees and you never figured your parents did that anymore because they've been like married for years. So you assumed that they had gotten over doing that. You figured that they had found, extra hobbies. Now I'm sure my kids feel the same way. But that being said, in one clip, the former news anchor who appeared as her husband's first guest asked him to finish this sentence: "I feel sexiest when." At first, Povich did not understand the game, so he asked Chung if she planned on answering for herself or if she was just asking him to respond. Now, when she said the latter, the former Maury host said, "I feel sexiest on Sundays," and snickered at Chung before hysterically laughing as if it was an inside joke between the husband and wife. "Never on Sunday," she responded. She was like, "Never on Sunday?" She did a full bev when Canon Daddy was there, like, "Tell me more, Canon Daddy." Look, in the grand tradition, if you find something that totally horrifies you, you want to share it with friends, I share with you all. You are my friends. I love you. Now, this story doesn't indicate that, but I do. This is my love language. I send cringe. Look at them. They're so cute. They're just cutie patooties. I mean, this is bad. Look, y'all, if I saw them going into the little China buffet and they were being cute and old couple like an Up, I just think they were cute. I don't want to think about the couple from Up smacking uglies. So, Maury and Connie, if you could just cease and desist, please. Go back to, telling loose women the father isn't theirs the 25th time. "Not in our house," Povich joked back, revealing that nothing gets in the way of his tradition, which is ending the week with his wife. "It's always been, everyone says, can we play golf on Sunday? Nope, Sunday is with Connie," the famed television personality said with a huge grin. Oh my God, they're doing crafts and puzzles. It was a good day, and they just share a bottle of wine. And unlike, Sarah and Jorge, they just end up going to sleep. Oh, look at them when they were slightly younger. Now, Chung then coyly snickered in response to her husband's enormous smile before mentioning that she was locking up her mouth with a key and keeping their kinky secret a mystery. The couple for 4 decades stopped short of spilling any, seriously gross details, but your imagination can fill in the pictures. "They're a great couple, happily married, and good for them," one person commented. Others weren't excited to learn about their Smex habits. "Ugh, just plain gross," a second person shot back. "Leave it, no one wants to know." Yeah, kind of samesies. But look at them. There's a baby them. How does Maury Povich just not look different? He looks slightly older, but not like grotesquely older. Now, Povich recently addressed the purpose of his podcast. The longtime broadcaster revealed that he wanted to shed light on his real personality after spending decades telling people who's cheating and if they're the father. Quote, "For the past 30 years, everyone has just thought of me as a kind of talk show host who discusses certain themes. Yes, baby daddy drama and hoacity," he told people in an interview published Tuesday. "That was a great career, and I love storytelling, and I think I was able to do that successfully because of my earlier career as a journalist." Maury, you are no Sally Jesse Raphael. Stop it. There was only one queen in talk shows in the early 90s, and her name was Sally Jesse Raphael. Where do you think I got my obsession with red glasses? She is the queen, and she shall be named. If I was sitting at a desk back anchoring a newscast, I would never unveil myself, so this is, I think, a perfect medium. On par with Maury Povich, will be airing new episodes every Monday and hopefully not talking about her sex life. So there you go. That will be a Russian roulette crapshoot if you get any more smexy time talk. Give it a try. I hope you guys enjoyed this walk through the world of the absurd, the ridiculous, and some of the news that you never knew you always needed. I'm Mo. I am your, well, guide on this ridiculous, year of 2025. And regardless of what Baba Yaga or whatever her name is, we make our own destinies here, and this is how we do it. First of all, if you haven't had a mama or anyone in your life say it today, or you just need to hear it, you are loved just as you are, and everything is going to be okay. That being said, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, but carry a sassy mouth and a can of bitch fire, because kindness no longer equals doormats, my children's. Anywho, my lovelies, I will see you guys in just a little bit. I am going to send you over. We are continuing day 3 of the Linda Sturmer retrial. If you would like to join that with me, it will be starting in the next hour. I do have breakdowns of day 1 and day 3 if you would like to just jump in on the Petty Express. We run trials with sarcasm, wit, and sass, and a little bit of heart, all mixed in, and a whole lot of making fun of people. So if that's your jam, join me on the Petty Express. I will be your conductress, Mo, for the Sassy Pants, Express. We'll get there. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Have a lovely day. Bye.